Today's review should be quite interesting because we are driving a mid-size 3-row crossover, and guess what? That's what we own at home as well. We have the Toyota Highlander Hybrid, and this is very similar because this is a 2021 Ford Explorer Hybrid. It's been a while since I've had a chance to test drive a new Explorer, and I have to say, on the outside, styling-wise, I'm quite impressed. I think they've done a really good job. You have this nice chiseled looking grille. I like these LED lamps that are inset into the bumper here. They have a really cool shape and style to them. By the way, all the lights on this Explorer are LED other than the high beams on this model. So if you go into the hybrid model, you have to go into the limited, which means this vehicle is pretty loaded. Standard are 20-inch wheels. You get folding side mirrors. And one thing that's often overlooked is back here, the capless fuel filler. It's a small thing, but it's a very handy feature. You pull into the gas station, this pops open, you just put it in, and you don't have to mess with any caps. Love that. The chiseled look continues in the rear. You have some nice chiseled rear tail lights here. You have the roof spoiler. This comes with a trailer hitch. Check this out. Backup camera. Nothing new, right? Underneath there's a washer. Guess what? That makes so much sense for our Canadian winters. When you get all that muck going there, you're using that a lot. So yeah, the best thing is to be able to actually hide that camera completely, which some manufacturers do. But if you can't, at least put a washer, and they have done that. This is also equipped with a power hands-free tailgate. Ford was one of the first to actually have that. They've perfected it. It works well. This is the space behind the third row. It's actually fairly decent. Here's my camera bag. Excuse the mess here, but if you want to fold that third row down, you actually have power buttons included, left, right, or you can do both at the same time. Down they go. It's that easy. Here's a shot of me filling it up with some camera gear. I was going on a shoot. Gobbles it all up. You also have a 12-volt plug in the back. One thing that I have noticed though, there is no tonneau cover, the cover to cover your cargo area up, and I don't even see any receptacles or anything to actually put a cover down, so that's kind of odd. For extra space though, let's just move over the camera gear here. There is a under compartment, and it's rubber lined. Yeah, so it's a decent size. Sometimes they have a tonneau cover in here, but there is none at all. And yeah, I don't know where it would go because there is nothing there. So that really is odd. As mentioned, the Limited comes pretty well loaded. You get heated second row seats, heated and ventilated front seats. This is equipped with the B&O sound system. You have a 7-inch information display. It's kind of a hybrid system. Get it hybrid because you have digital and analog for your display. So it's not a full digital display on this one. You have a heated steering wheel, wireless charging even. I like this top part up here. It's a good place to put your phone. I do have, speaking of phones, I have the large iPhone Max phone here, and it does fit right into that top compartment there with a case on. It's a little bit tight for the wireless charging, so you're gonna have to take your case off if you have one of the Max phones there. Otherwise, it is pretty big. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are included, and this has the latest Sync 3 system. I mentioned the rear camera, the 360 camera that this has, and the washer. Awesome job there, Ford. You have a large panel roof, like you see my hand going up there. It does have a sunshade if you don't want that much sun. Overall, I like the look of the interior. It's quite modern. The heating controls are very stylish, easy to go up and down for the toggle. So they are these stylish silver toggles here. In the back, this is equipped with captain's chairs for the second row, and that third row we showed you are power operated there. What I like is the middle area in between the two captain's chairs is very, very wide, much wider than my Highlander. So if you have kids that were jumping into the back, let's say to sit in the third row, they could just easily scoot through the middle instead of actually having to fold down the second row seat to get into the back. And this is extremely handy. Let's say if you have a large car seat installed in the second row seats, it's easy just to get in through the middle there. If you don't want to get in through the middle though, there is easy access with just a press of a button. What's the third row like? Well, this seat is pretty far back. It's actually as far back as it goes. Let's see if we can push it forward a little bit. There we go. All right, so here we are. Okay, there we go. In the default position, it's not too bad. Going there, you have a drink holder back here, a drink holder on either side. There is a surprising amount of headroom. One thing to note though, this bottom seat cushion is very, very flat and it's very low to the ground. So your knees are quite high up. So be aware of that. There isn't a ton of padding, but that's kind of to be expected for third rows of any vehicle in this class. I believe, I feel like, let's see how far, yeah, I think there may be some extra legroom here compared to my Highlander. But this middle part is massive. This middle gap is really, really, really big. You could actually just put your foot back here and just stretch out as well. So yeah. You do have air vents as well back here. No USBs though. But yeah, you have air vents. That's a good thing. All right, a family trip in the new Explorer Hybrid. This is really what it's made for. It's got 3 rows. We have the kids in the back, the 2 there in the captain's chairs, and I even have a third car seat in the third row as well. We're gonna pick another little one up later on. But yeah, we're running a few family errands and we're being responsible. We are delivering a care package to Grandma because it's her birthday today. So say happy birthday, Nana.
Happy birthday.
Yes, so anyways, just as a reminder, I said this like probably 9 months ago. Yes, we are in this weird year of 2020, this pandemic. And I hope everyone is well and staying safe. And yeah, just do what you can to do your part and we'll get through this. So let's get to what is powering this Explorer Hybrid. Obviously, it's a hybrid. It's powered by a 3.3 liter V6 with a hybrid system. So it has one electric motor and it puts out 318 horsepower, which is a considerable more amount of horsepower than the Highlander Hybrid, especially the current one or the new one, which is powered with a 4-cylinder hybrid system. And even our V6 has only about 280 horsepower. And one of the biggest difference between this and our V6 hybrid is this is powered with a conventional automatic transmission. It has a 10-speed auto compared to our eCVT. And that does make a lot of difference in terms of response and how engaging it is to drive. Cynthia did have a chance to hop in the driver's seat for a little bit on this. And Cynthia, what did you say when I asked you how does it drive?
I said it's a lot more responsive than our Highlander.
Yes.
And it drives lighter too. To me, it feels lighter when I was driving it.
So yeah, so it drives lighter to Cynthia, and yeah, definitely more responsive. Like when you kick it down, you really feel the kick. There's no lag. Let's say there's no wind up like you would have in a CVT. And it really is more engaging to drive. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it any other way than a CVT. So if you like the drive, or if you don't like CVTs, you will like the 10-speed auto in this Explorer. We mentioned this is the limited, so it does come in 3 flavors, let's say. So you can get the EcoBoost 4-cylinder, and that's a 2.3 liter turbo, and that has 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Then you get to the non-hybrid V6, which is a 3 liter twin turbo and that has 365 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. So this hybrid kind of slots in the middle, but it does get the best fuel economy out of the three. So remember, this does come on the limited as an option, and it's $3,000, which is not bad. You know, compared to the regular, it's not a huge premium you're paying for the hybrid, and you will save some money at the fuel. So the combined fuel economy for highway and city is 9.6 liters, which is pretty decent for a large 3-row SUV. Let's try out some of that power. This thing sounds good actually too. I do like the sound of this better than our Highlander. What do you think? But you know, at the end of the day, when you're buying one of these, if you're moving people around, especially kids, you know, are you really doing a lot of spirited driving in it? Yeah, maybe not so much. Passing power is good. So let's talk about the conveniences of this and things that we've noticed. I've noticed the doors open a little bit wider than our Highlander, which can be a good and a bad thing. You have a large opening, however, they open wider. So for kids, they can swing it open and ding doors in a parking lot. So just be aware of that. Mentioned it when we were talking inside. That middle walk through the pass-through, that's a great thing. This is equipped with the window shades in the back. That's always a nice feature to have when you have kids. So have you noticed anything else?
I'd definitely prefer the centerpiece of the screen a little bit bigger.
So you'd rather have a bigger screen. Yeah, it's not the biggest, and it's actually very flat. Like I would like it to actually to be pointed toward the driver a little bit more.
And then there's another thing I noticed. I don't want to emphasize this anymore, but this one does have a fully heated steering wheel.
It has a full heated steering wheel, meaning the entire steering wheel is heated, unlike our Highlander, which is just the sides, and it just drives us nuts.
Just a little small thing that make it feel better.
Yeah, you know, you're in here all the time. You need to be comfortable. This also comes with all-wheel drive, and unlike our Highlander, which has an electric motor for the all-wheel drive system, this uses a conventional drive shaft for the rear wheels. Weather is perfect right now. It's hard to actually test it out. Okay, now we're heavy on the brakes here. Now I want to talk about something about the brakes, and I'm not sure if this is just with this particular model or this particular car that we're driving right now, but I'm feeling something a little bit odd, and I've asked a couple of people, including Cynthia, and no one else has felt it, but it kind of bugs me a little bit. So when you are using your brakes, just at the very top of the brake, maybe in the first 10%, I get this feedback in my pedal, and it's almost like, you know, the feeling when you have the ABS kick on, where it goes for your ABS kicks on. Well, it's like that, but just like 1/100th of that, just a little bit of just a single tick. And what it might be is the sensor. So the first part of the pedal might be just regen braking for the hybrid system, and then the rest after that is going into your regular brakes, and that might be what it is. That's what I'm thinking. And if it is, you know, it's just not as seamless as it could be, because it should be basically seamless. And I really do notice it though when I put the brakes on here. Yeah, I can just at the very top of the brake. In around town, this hybrid system in this Explorer operates very similar to most hybrid systems, and like our Highlander, you get lots of good torque. You have start and stop for the actual internal gas engine. I don't find that it goes into EV mode as easy though as our Highlander. So, you know, this really is more of a performance hybrid opposed to one to just save fuel, which I'm fine with that. Off the line, you get really good torque with that electric boost that you get, and that transmission really does make a huge difference. We're in stop and go traffic on the highway now, and it's a good time to try out Ford's Copilot 360, which is their suite of advanced driving aids. So with that, we have the cruise control on. It has lane keeping assist. We have a little green steering wheel. It's set to 30 kilometers an hour right now, and I'm going hands off right now. So it's keeping us in the lane nicely. It's braking for us, accelerating for us, and keeping our distance. And it's telling me keep hands on steering wheel So that lasted probably about 15 seconds. It would be nice if it would last longer. Some manufacturers' system, when you're doing under 30 kilometers an hour, real slow speeds, you can really go for a long period of time, and I wish that this had it. Given the choice, which one would you choose? Ford Explorer or Highlander? They're both 3-row mid-size crossovers. And then, you know what?
What
And
about price range?
they're almost exactly the same price. Like, we're talking within a couple $100. That's how close they are.
Wow.
Yes. However, I would say that this probably has more features, right? More standard features for that price. So which one would you pick?
I'll still probably loyal to Toyota.
Okay, she's gonna pick the Highlander, and you know what? I don't know. You know, people are gonna ask me like, which one would you pick? And I'm not sure. Yes, you know, I'm a little bit biased with our Highlander, but you know, our Highlander just really is not the most exciting driving vehicle at all. And this just feels like you're driving something. It just feels better driving. So for driving dynamics, I'm definitely going to choose the Explorer. You know what? I guess it all depends on the real bosses. Kids, which car do you like? This one or our green one? Answer? Which one?
Green one, hands up. This one, hands up. Whoa.
Okay, well,
3
to 1. I guess it's the Explorer. Took a while, but you know, kids don't lie. So before we wrap it all up, I just want to remind everyone to stay safe, and also thank you for supporting the channel. If you haven't, what can they do, Cynthia?
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button in the corner, I think over there. I think right. So how does this Explorer stack up against our 3-row Highlander? Well, it stacks up very well, and it should, because it's almost 7 years newer. Compared to our vehicle, I actually like the styling of this Explorer. It also has more power than the 4-cylinder or the 6-cylinder Toyota Highlander Hybrid that we have. And if you want to tow something that's over 3,500 pounds, which is what the Highlander Hybrid is rated at, you're going to have to get into something like this Explorer Hybrid with a 5,000 pound towing capacity. But the one thing that the Highlander has over this is it's thriftier on fuel, better fuel economy, but you know what? This has quite a bit more power, so I think it's a pretty even trade-off. Anyways, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you on the next Everyday Reviews. Thanks for watching.